Welcome to Conversations with Lady Gold Diggers. This is 00J Love. Welcome.
Hey, welcome back. We got Ladies Conversation, Women Talk. We have conversation with Lady Gold, Goal Diggers. All right, Gold Diggers. All right, whichever one y'all want to say, we're going to pick them all up. We got Queen Conversation. Hey, today I got an old friend here. We did a video years and years and years ago. Y'all have to look it up and see. We were talking about real estate? Waxing. I'm talking about way back in the day. We got one on real estate, but we was talking about waxing. We was having our virgin waxers, and baby, we was talking about that pain was pain. Don't mind me. But anyway, I got Yolanda here. Welcome. We're so happy to have Yolanda here. Thank you for showing us, gracing us with your presence, Yolanda.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, we're going to be talking different topics. We're going to go back and forth. We're going to see what our old girl Yolanda have to give to us today. I think we're going to start the conversation with
Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
when you were wanting to get married or desired to get married, or what that looked like for you. What were you looking for in a man? A husband, a spouse, a boyfriend. What were you looking for?
I don't think that I was necessarily looking because I was young. So I just was with someone and I was like, when are you going to marry me? That's what I was just like, we're not going to keep being like this when you're going to marry me. So I don't think that I necessarily had a list or anything. I was in love with who I was with and I was just ready for him to make it official.
So how long were y'all together when you started feeling like that?
We got married around year 3, but I think I would say probably around the second year.
The second year you said, let's do something about this situation.
Right.
Now, was it the godly perspective of that, or was it just like, I don't want to just be shacked up with somebody? So what you want to do?
Both, because I know, what I consider right and wrong, and then I wanted to be married. I just don't want to be someone's girlfriend for 10, 15 years.
Concubine?
Right. And then he used to always say, that paper doesn't define us, but at some point he changed his mind as well too. And he was like, yeah, I want you to be my wife. So
He didn't want anybody else to scoop you up.
Right.
Is that what it is? All right, we don't want people to scoop us up. So when you said that, so did you have a list or did you not?
No, I didn't have a list.
You didn't have a list, so you said you just knew you loved him?
Right. I was young. I knew I loved him. I knew I wanted to be with him. He was my person.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, when are we going to get married?
Okay, so what is young?
I think we were, I think it was 22 or 23.
22 or 23?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now how did you know he was your person? What were some qualities that he had that defined him as your person?
For me, like, I just felt safe with him. I knew that from the beginning. He made me feel safe. It made it feel, because I really went from home to a little bit of time living on my own, and then he came into the picture. And to me, it was like having that person, like your dad, not like your dad, but I had my dad at home, and now I have this person that snooped in, and he's like, I got you.
So Yolanda has not been privy to my other video that I just posted, and we're talking about what she's talking about. She's talking about a covering. We're not just talking about financial covering. She's talking about that covering, that protection. You hear how she said protection? You hear how she said she went from her father's house with a little bit of time to herself, and then she went under this umbrella with her then boyfriend, which became her husband. That's that covering. So let me give you a little bit of what I was talking about. So I was saying in Old Testament, it could be a New Testament, Old Testament, when the daughters left their parents' house, especially under the covering of their fathers, they went right into the house with their future husbands, and husband at that time, their husband. Another girlfriend, Carolyn, she said they came with a dowry. You see what I'm saying? But here's the thing, because she was like, nowadays we come with children, some of us, we come with divorces under our belts, we're not coming under that covering, we're coming by ourselves, we're coming as a single parent, we're coming with masculine energy in some cases, you know what I'm saying? So all of those things that come into play. So let me ask you this, and then we're going to go back to covering. Do you consider yourself a masculine woman, if you will, with masculine energy anyway, alpha female, they say masculine, alpha female, or do you consider yourself more of a submissive lady?
In my relationship, I could be a little of both, but more submissive because he just had that energy to lead. But now, with my current situation, I'm becoming more masculine, so I think I could easily demasculate a man. Because I'm having to do things I never had to do before on my own. So it's making me be like, tougher.
Okay, that's a good
I
topic.
don't have nobody to carry me,
That's a good topic. I was talking with another girlfriend of mine, and I said, because when I got my divorce, I was raising my 3 boys. And I was telling her, in there somewhere, I was trying to make sure I survived. And she was saying, she said, we were trying to survive, so I might have gotten a little bit more aggressive, or because I'm a little lady. I'm a little thin, statue lady, so I got a little more aggressive, or I've gotten a little more, when I come in a room, it's felt in some instances. Because how did you describe me? I said, Yolanda, my counselor wanted me to ask some friends to describe me. You said I'm very forward. I'm gonna make it clear.
I know something I said. Yeah, I can't remember.
I said, oh Lord, you chuckled though. Yeah. But you said one of them is I'm gonna let you know what it is. But with that you said I'll teach and mentor, or give you advice or what I can do. But So you're saying right now you're going through a time to where you have to make sure you survive. So you're doing things that you normally would not do in order to keep your sanity, or what?
I just think I'm becoming one of them women. I'm becoming one of them women like that's like, I don't need no man. I do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Men don't like really women with too much energy like that. But what other choice do you have when you're only doing it yourself? It's just automatic to me being taken on.
Because right now,
until somebody takes you out of survival mode. Right?
Somebody takes you out of survival mode until somebody's there to cover you again.
Right, or cover you and say, I got you. You don't have to be strong all the time.
I got you. You don't have to be strong all the time. And that energy, because you talked about energy, which is important. That energy is present. That energy is felt. It's just, I believe it's a natural energy that you feel when your man is covering you, to where you feel comfortable. You feel like, oh, I got it. I don't have to worry about that because he gonna get it. Right. I don't. Because I think a lot of times us as women, we're thinking so much about every aspect of the family. We're thinking about him. We're thinking about the children. We got to squeeze ourselves in there. The bills, the household, our environment, our cars. We're trying to make sure everything is smoothly ran, right? So, when we're out of covering, then we don't have it smooth, as smooth. We don't have it as smooth. We're kind of out of order a little bit. Right. Out of order. Because that energy that we once had or used to have or desire is not present. Right. And so we're kind of out of order. Right. But so we have to find our own. So we have to see, so what does that look like when you're in survival mode? And how does that look? Because let me just say this. I was walking somewhere, and I said, ooh, Jamie can only even twist no more. Right. I was like, I'm just trying to get to where I go and come on back. Tunnel vision. Right. I'm trying to get to. So I was like, ooh, I might break something now if I try to do a little twist.
Right. It's like I'm about my business. I'm trying to do this and get my sleep and get my nap and eat and do. I'm so focused, it's like.
Yeah. That's very interesting that you brought that up. So that's a good perspective. So I wanted to ask you also if what do you think it would take to get you back in the swing of things, to where your energy, your natural energy that you like to have, would be back?
I don't think I don't think that can come back.
That's a hard. Is that okay? You don't think
I,
that could
I
come back?
don't think I don't think I'll be the same. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I can ever be whatever I was prior to 2021. That's person is gone.
Okay.
This is the new me until I don't know something changes.
Something changed.
Right.
Okay. I like to. Let me switch it a little bit for
Okay.
you. So your parents,
Mm-hmm.
they're married.
Yeah.
How long have they been married?
Ooh, I think it's 50.
Now talk up because I don't
It's,
have
it's 50 some years. I don't know the exact one, but it's a long time.
50 something years.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So that's a long time to be married.
Right.
So you've been there through it all. How long were they married before they had you? Because you're the oldest child.
I don't know.
You don't know how.
I don't know, but I think a couple of years.
A couple of years, and then they had you. So,
Yeah.
and you're the oldest child.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were growing up as a daughter, did you feel that covered from your dad? You felt good covered from your dad. Like, can you call your dad right now? And what can you call him for right now?
I was on the phone with him this morning.
Oh.
So, you know, he was getting something out the shop, some old chairs and stuff out the shop. Like, my dad is immediately like, you know, how can I help? That's just how it
So
is.
you have a good relationship with your father.
Mhm.
Perfect.
Not perfect.
I mean, but you have a solid. I'm sorry. You have a solid relationship.
Yeah, I can depend on my parents. Yeah.
Your parents and especially your dad.
Uh-huh.
Because I'm asking that because daughter, daddies. You know what I'm saying? Are you a daddy's girl or mom's girl?
Like, comment, subscribe, and share.
I don't really feel like neither.
Oh,
Have
okay.
you ever heard people say that?
I don't have too many people like I'm a daddy's girl.
Oh, really? I don't feel like that.
Naturally, I'm a daddy's girl. Naturally.
I don't
No?
really feel
Okay.
like either one.
Okay, that's good. But you have
I'm
good.
good.
You
Yeah.
have good conversations with him where you talk to him quite frequently.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so that's a blessing. So let me ask you this: since your parents have been married all your life to the same person, the same parents married all their life, how did that make you feel growing up? Did you feel like you were looking for someone like your father? Do you think you see a lot of Wayne in your Wayne in your father and stuff like that? Do you feel like that?
I think, yeah, because I remember when he came into the picture, or even there were periods where he had to leave, and Wayne came back and he was like, "I'm back now." You know, like I got you, and then he would thank my dad for being there. So,
Oh, that was a good
I'm-
handoff exchange
yeah.
and come back.
So I'm used to having helpful male in my life.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Because your brothers can, you have
Yeah.
one brother.
Yeah, and he'll help me too if I need him. He'll. come
I
help
always
me.
hear her talk about her brother and my brother came and I helped him and he helped me and we did this and I did that. And
Yeah.
so that's so you will feel like y'all have a close family.
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you think that's because your parents are together and have you ever thought about it like that?
No, but it could be. I think I always just thought it's because it's just us four here and the rest of the family is so far away. I think it's just like, okay, it's like we're all we got. You know
So,
what I'm
but does
saying?
your
So-
mother or your daddy say, "Baby, Yolanda, go help your brother," or does she say, "Brother, go help Yolanda," or y'all have a close enough relationship that y'all don't need your parents, you and him talk?
We talk, but my mom does say that.
Okay, yeah. Because your
She
mom
does.
will gather
My
you
mom-
together, right?
yeah,
she gather the people,
she
gather the
does do
children,
that.
and let y'all
Because
know.
I might have the conversation where he have his own conversation, and then she'll be like, "Go," and you go, So. Yeah.
And it's already understood. You know,
Right.
You say, "Oh, why she have me to do that and do that?" Or you say, "Let me just go on and go help."
I mean, I'll have some conversation about it. It's like, okay, but I might say whatever, but we're gonna help each other at the end of the day.
Okay, so here's what I want to know, because I feel like a lot of times the children of parents that are still married, they have this expectation of, regardless if their parents are perfect, like they never seen them fight, because you can never see your parent fight, but you can still feel the energy.
Yeah.
So regardless of that, if you've never seen your parents fight, if you have seen your parents fight, what you know is that your parents were together. Now, it can go either way, because sometimes while your parents are still together and you see them going good relationship, that's something you aspire to. But if your parents are together and you see them in a hostile relationship, then you say, if I get married and I'm in that type of relationship, I'm leaving. There is no and, if, or buts about it. I'm just gone. You know what I'm saying? So, but your parents are in a good relationship your entire life, that you've seen them, that you aspire to. That's what I'm looking for. Like your dad was to your mom. That's what I'm looking for in a marriage, because you felt that good energy. Or did you just say, I just know I want to be married? What was that?
No, I'd wanted, of course, that. I ain't gonna say I necessarily got that, but I had a good husband. But you know what I'm saying. But I went through some trials and tribulations. But yeah, of course, he would aspire for that. But you know, we younger, so it turns out a little different.
But I'm saying, is that, like you said, you were young? Do you wish you would have waited till you got older to get married?
No, I was when we met. It was at a time where I was ready to be settled down anyway. I had, scattered around, and I was like,
What does scattered around mean?
Have fun. And so when he came along and was like, "You're gonna be my girl," I was ready. So I was like, okay. So I like that dominant energy, that take control energy. And that's when he came in and he took control.
That's right.
And I can be submissive if I think you can lead. If you cannot lead, I'm going to probably run over you, which is not right. But that's what's going to happen. So I would need someone strong in my life, and he was strong.
Okay, let me ask you, if you were talking to a guy that's not as dominant and you would run over them, did you make sure they got on out of there, or what?
I would say it would be safe to say they probably would not survive.
Okay.
That's it,
Okay, so it was some things you were saying that I wanted to ask you, and you had a lot of meat and potatoes that was in that conversation that you were saying. Because you said the dominant energy, I got that, and I think we covered some of the dominant energy, right?
You mean the things you said attracted me, or
yes,
yeah, the take control, the energy, and then the love. He made it known, like, you're the one. You know what I'm saying? So the love is there too. So.
Oh, I gotta know. It was something I wanted to say. I should have written it down. But let me ask you this, because you have a relationship with God, right? Mm-hmm. You have a good relationship. We both have our relationships with our Father, our Heavenly Father. Mm-hmm. Did your man have a relationship with the Lord? How did that look for you? Was that important, or how did that look?
I mean, I would have wanted him to have something better, but I didn't never. He grew up in a whole different background, and because of the things that played out in his background, it made him not want to be religious. Mm-hmm. So I respected that, and we kind of eventually learned to have our own groove on that. He believed in God and everything, but he was not a religious person. Mm-hmm. So, of course I would wish that to be better, but you just kind of learn how to work things when you're married, and I didn't push, but, he believed in God, there's a higher power, and he had respect for God, but he just wasn't religious.
Okay, let me ask you, did y'all pray together?
No. Mm-hmm. I mean, I might have said a prayer and he wouldn't object to it or anything, but no. Mm-hmm.
Okay, do you think, this is just a side note, do you think that held your relationship back at all, or you think that y'all had an understanding where that wasn't the case? Do you think you could have went further with whatever your growth is?
With what you mean?
With your relationship with the Lord?
No, I think that it's good. I just think that it would have been greater if you can share it.
Right.
Because you can share that like interest, but that is like, you don't want to push on somebody. I would have little conversations with him and be like, yeah, but you can't go too much. Your boundaries,
Mm-hmm. So. Okay. Now there was some other stuff you said that I wanted to get you. Oh my gosh. And I lost the focus because it was I wanted to go that other direction. But so do you have a I want to ask, can I ask this? Are you still married?
No. I'm a widow.
So, okay, she's a widower. And so she did not divorce her husband or anything. No. He was her knight in shining armor. He had the covering for her. You know, we want to reflect. Can I say his name? Yeah, so he was Wayne Wayne is what I called him. And did he have a nickname or anything?
Wayne, people call him Red and Double O.
What?
Yeah,
What? Red and what?
Red and Double O.
Double O.
Yeah.
Did you have a nickname for him?
No, he was just Babe.
Oh, Babe. Okay. He
I was Babe, he was Babe.
Okay. Do you have any fun memories of him?
Yeah, I mean.
Give me one or two fun memories. That'll get your mood up. You'll be just laughing.
I can't think of that stuff.
Okay, I'll give you a fun memory. You want me to give you one?
Yeah, give one.
You want me to give one? Because I got one. So we was working real estate together and everything, right? And so she had this dress. I think it was a tight dress or something. And so a short dress. So Wayne was, I think he picked her up or some kind of way, something.
We had one car back then.
So he come there. And I said, "Ooh, Yolanda, where y'all going? Blah blah blah." And he said, "She gonna change that." And she said, I ain't gonna change that." He said, "Yeah, she gonna change that." Next thing I know, Wayne said, "Janika, come here." I said, "What's up?" He parked that car right in front of the building. He opened that door and said, "I told you she was gonna change that, baby." He was here to prove a point. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
So baby, I was like, "You come all the way back to this office to make sure she was obedient." Make sure my girl was obedient. He said she changed, and then they was going to wherever they was going. But that tickled me so much. And this other thing, because I witnessed the quiet Wayne, and then later he come to find out he can talk, you know, when he want to talk and all that stuff. So I was like, look at old Wayne, huh?
Yeah,
You got a good memory now? Give me one.
I cannot remember. I can't think.
I put her on the spot. She just wasn't playing. I saw her today and I said, "Come and do this with me." See, this ain't playing.
No, it's not playing. I was
Take
like,
me as I am. Yeah, she got a lot of good stuff. She can good knowledge and everything. She can put on the people. I say, "You are my sister through."
Pain, through Christ, through pain, I think he said.
Through pain, through Christ and something. So, you know, we got a few things in common and all that stuff. Through grief, pain through grief and everything like that. So we're just giving the people a little bit on different perspectives versus covering. She didn't necessarily say that word, but that energy, that covering is there. Yeah. The other thing is when women, sometimes we go through that divorce or whatever and we don't have that covering for a few years and we just get that, I want to say that masculine energy, or you know, our energy changes and we go in that survival mode is another word that I like to say. So we're trying to survive as we're trying to figure out our next move or where we're being taken, because a lot of times we have to emotionally disconnect from things, from people, from what we were doing, and a lot of times it makes us change like our employment or our job or just our environment, because sometimes we have those hardships that we're going through, and it's you know, it's a different person. You do come out a different person, and whatever the Lord and how the Lord redirect us and take us, and we pray that there is a good learning lesson in it for us, because we didn't want it, but it was God's will however things turn out. And so through the pain and all that, we're trying to come out of the ashes as a phoenix, as a firebird. We're trying to come out stronger, you know, and maybe there is something on the other side that just God has waiting on us that's just going to lift us up higher. And that's what we're praying for. That's what we're asking Almighty Heavenly Father for. That's what we want. We want that peace that surpasses all understanding, because sometimes in a point in life we don't have an understanding. We don't know where we're going. We don't know what we're doing. We're just trying to survive. We're just trying
waking up every day going with you.
We're just trying to keep our head above water. We're trying to at the same time relax.
No game plan.
No game plan. We turn into the left trying to get comfortable. We turn into the right. Sometimes we spin in a circle. Sometimes we just, you know, we just want to be still. We want to be at peace. We know, you know, sometimes we say, we know this is not where God has us, and we know He's going to take us higher. It's just that we didn't know this is how it was going to look to get to that other side. and my sister is still going through that plane. I'm going through some stuff, so we're trying to get over that plateau, and we're trying to surpass all those things, and we got God on our side, and we're daughters of our mighty Father, so we're just trying to do that thing. But I'm so happy Yolanda got that good, that brother and the father and the mother and her people from where she's from, that always support, and they got her and some other girlfriends and all of that wrap her arms around her and loves on her. And then she like, sometimes just leave me alone, though. I'll talk with you later. What do you want? Don't you know my phone is on? What you put your phone on? Do not disturb.
8 to 8. 8 to 8. And if I respond, it's because I glanced at it.
She glanced at it. She like, what you want?
It don't beep. It don't ring. So if you don't hear from me, that means I didn't look.
Hey. But you got anything you want to talk about, a message for anybody maybe God put on you or something?
Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share.
I don't have a lot to say. It's just every day looks different. So that's my thing, is every day looks different. It may be a good day, a bad day. It may be a day where you just winging it. I don't know, but you just don't beat yourself up about it. You just get up every day and try again. And so, and you learn to embrace the new you. You can't be who you were, because you before you were that person with 3 boys. You know what I'm saying? Now you're 2 boys. I'm not that person that used to have a husband. I'm that person now without a husband. So you gotta embrace whoever the new you is and try to figure it out. So, prayer.
That's right. And then one thing I do want to bring up or talk about, and we've talked about this before, and we're going to close this out so it's not a long video as well. Remember when I was talking to you about, I said, Yolanda, so let me say this for those that don't know. My son and his father died the same day that her husband died, and I feel like it was around the same time. So with that being said, I asked her, I said, first of all, that whole month, I was saying I need to get a trust. And I think they passed on the Tuesday.
Yes.
They passed on the Tuesday. So that Monday, that whole time, that week before, I felt like I was going to die. And I felt like I was like, how is God going to end my life? I thought I was going to die in the car. I thought it was a car accident. I thought it was some kind of way. I thought I was going to die. And then came that Monday, I said, I didn't do my trust. I was so furious at myself that I didn't do my trust. And then the essence of me dying was really, really strong that Monday. And then Tuesday was the bad news. Here's the thing. I was calling her because the police had just called me and they was on their way, and I was trying to call her to come over. That next day I found out she was looking for her husband at that time, so she was out of the loop. She was like, and so I found out that next day, and she was trying to have me to help her do something, and I was like, well, Yolanda, my son died, and then I'm boo-hooing on the phone, and she might have been boo-hooing because it wasn't clear. It was clear and it was known, but it wasn't settled.
Right.
I was nowhere near settled, that's for sure. But what I asked her not too long ago, I said, did you feel like, because I felt something on me, and when the police called me, I knew James was dead. And I felt, I thought it was a car accident though. And I asked Yolanda, I said, did you feel something? And you said you never believed that stuff would happen until you said you felt something.
Yeah. I never, when people would be like, oh, I felt it in my spirit, I felt it in my body, in my soul, or whatever. I listened to it, but I never really believed it until I experienced it. And I felt off all that day. So now I understand when people say I had this feeling, because I had this feel, I knew he was dead.
In your heart of hearts.
I knew before I even got there that I knew he was no longer with us. I absolutely knew that.
And you said you was driving. You was driving around looking for him before anybody told you anything. You knew.
Yeah. And so the feeling was so strong. It was so intense. Like I felt like I was gonna have a nervous breakdown because I could feel it in my and all through my body. I just felt like I was gonna have a nervous breakdown. I was shaking, I was crying because I knew. But even prior to that, all that day, I felt my stomach felt ill. I felt off. I felt like something is not right. So you do be having those feelings. Yeah.
Very interesting. But so we're trying to recover. It's been what, 2.5 years or something like that.
Yeah.
2.5 years, and so for me, and she'd have to tell you the birthdays come, and it, you kind of reignite it, and then when the death month comes, it's the anniversary that starts it over. So what Javarius and I we do is, I don't know if you're aware of this, we light fireworks. We still, oh, you did, you shot the video one time. We still do that for birthdays and then the anniversary do it, and I try to make sure that I do it for my son especially, because he's lost a brother and a father and all that stuff, and I still have both of my parents, so I don't know what that feels like and stuff like that. And then for you, you lost your husband.
We try to do something yearly, like a dinner or a small celebration.
Yeah. And then how does that make you feel? Does that pick your spirits up because they came together to celebrate? Or or when they leave, does that make you back in a bad place? Or what do you think?
No, it makes me happy to see there's still love. You know what I'm saying? These people still love you. We're still here, Wayne. We haven't forgotten you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like, I still have that village that still comes out and supports me.
Village. That's very good.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're going to end this video because my girl done stopped smiling on with me and stuff like that. So I'm so glad she was able to do this. We've done a video long time ago, but she be like, what you trying to get me to do now?
Right.
But thank you, Yolanda, for taking time out with me and talking about grief, which is not very easy, and talking about that covering and good memories of Wayne, because that's what picks you up when you have those deaths in your family. And that's what I pray for. I pray for the Lord to give me good memories of my son and everything, because that'll lift me up. And because a lot of times I'm like, I can't remember, but I know when he gives me, it'll put a smile on my face. And I do have recordings and voice text, and I'll sometimes they say it, but sometimes I'm like, okay, because he might have been fussing or something, fussing at his mother. But thank you so much for coming on here. All right, thank you. Blessing.
Like, comment, subscribe. 00J Love. Thank you so much for watching Ladies Conversation, Women's Talk Conversation with Lady Gold Diggers. We're interested in some questions that you may have, or some things that you want us to talk about in future episodes. This is a new start for us. Thanks.